Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Unfuck Yourself podcast. Once again, we are no longer doing this live in front of the Unfuck Yourself membership. The Unfuck Yourself membership is now literally 4-hour-long Q&As per month. You get 2 with Jonna, you get 2 with Emma, and whoever is not hosting the Q&A, the other intuitive is in the comments answering questions in there as you go. You also get access to, in the membership, a library full of trainings from me. So you get library full of trainings from me, you get community, you get 4 live Q&As where you can ask any fucking question you want. And that's what we turned it into. So now the podcast is just live in front of my team who can make it whenever I decide to do a podcast, depending on their schedule. Because I like to talk to someone. If not, I feel weird. I do better in front of people, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm really excited about today's podcast. And this got inspired. Well, this has been a theme that I've been teaching for a very long time. And this podcast concept got inspired by my gender reveal that I did a few weeks ago. So if you missed it, if you really missed it, I'm pregnant. If you missed it, I did a few weeks ago my gender reveal and found out we are having a boy. Now, a bit of a backstory on this whole thing because it makes sense with the point I'm trying to make today. What we're diving into today is what you think your problem is never your actual fucking problem, okay? Never. So I like to give this example. You're stuck in traffic. You're pissed. You're like, fuck this. I'm so late. I can't get to where I want to go. Traffic is pissing me off. You're not actually mad about the traffic. The traffic is an external reflection, a mirror, if you will, of your creator field, of somewhere you feel stuck somewhere else in your life. And then you have created yourself being in the traffic, and you've created yourself now being mad about what you think you're mad about is the traffic. What you're actually mad about is you feel stuck maybe in your career. So maybe you feel stuck in your career, like people or things or circumstances in your career are stopping you from getting you to where you want to go on what you think is on time. Well, if you feel that way in career or any area of life, financially, in relationships, maybe you feel stuck in relationships, like if you're a woman, your fucking clock is ticking, like all that bullshit. Menopause isn't even a thing, like it's just a reflection, you can avoid it. That's a different topic for a different day, but maybe you feel stuck in that or whatever it is. You will then create yourself getting stuck in traffic or getting stuck at an airport or getting stuck in all these other places. And then you get pissed, right? You're not actually mad about getting stuck at the airport or being stuck in traffic, because if you didn't feel stuck in life at all, one, you probably wouldn't have a creator field that would make you a match to be stuck in certain things. Like your GPS might take you a different way. You might leave at a different time. You might leave 10 seconds before the crash happens that causes the traffic. You might choose a different plane flight, right? If you didn't feel stuck in life, your creator field wouldn't be programmed to choose situations that you're going to feel stuck in. You know what I'm saying? And if you've missed what a creator field is, you've got to go listen to other episodes if you have no idea what I'm talking about. But basically, your creator field in science terms is an electromagnetic field that radiates off of you. And it has programs and scripts in it, like a movie, like you're writing a movie script. And basically whatever you believe to be true, your thoughts on a daily basis, your beliefs, your subconscious, your physical actions daily make up the script of your creator field. Whatever your normal thoughts are, whatever your normal beliefs are, whatever your limiting beliefs are, whatever your empowering beliefs are getting written into your creator field. Then that script that gets written broadcasts out into the world, and everyone acts out that script. People act out that script back to you. Situations, circumstances, events act out that script back to you. So if you feel emotionally stuck, you're writing the script in your creator field of I feel stuck in one or more of the 8 areas of life. There's 8 areas of life. We learn about that in courses like the GLOW formula, but you feel stuck in one of the 8 areas of life. Or more of them. Honestly, you might feel stuck in more of them. And then what happens is your creator field writes a script saying, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. And what it does is it shapes all matter around you. It shapes all people, place, circumstance, and situations and events. So now if you have I'm stuck in a script, your script then creates on the outside situations to be stuck in. You will pick the flight that gets stuck on the tarmac. You will pick the time to leave when you're going to get stuck in traffic. You will have to pee before you leave, and you will miss that 10 seconds before the accident happened, and then you're stuck behind the accident. So whether you think you're creating or not, you are creating every fucking second of your day. So the things that you are getting mad at on a daily basis is not what you're actually upset about. You're not mad about the traffic, because if you didn't feel stuck in life at all, one, you probably wouldn't create situations where you're getting stuck. But two, if you were in a situation where you got stuck, you wouldn't give a fuck. You'd be like, whatever. Like, you'd just be like, oh, I'm going to call my mom, or like, wouldn't have a problem. My problem, my beef with the spiritual world is that they're going to tell you when you're stuck in traffic to just be positive and just be grateful about the traffic. Oh, just feel, at least you have a car. At least you can drive. At least you can, call a friend. What can you be grateful about for right now? Oh my God, how much when someone tells you that, do you want to just punch them in the fucking face? Like, you're pissed about traffic, what you think is traffic. And in that moment, trying to solve the problem of I'm mad about traffic will not solve your problem, because your problem is not you're mad about traffic. Your problem is you're pissed that you feel stuck in your career, or you're pissed that you feel stuck financially and you can't get to where you want to go financially because you feel like outside forces are in the way. So if you try and sit there and get fucking grateful or positive about the traffic, that is such a really, really low level foundational way to try and heal yourself. It just won't work long term, and it will barely work short term, because you're going to be so pissed that someone's trying to tell you to get positive in traffic. Like, you have an emotion that's very valid, because that emotion is showing you where you feel stuck in some other way of life. And when you figure out where you feel stuck in that way of life, well, then you shift it and you feel fucking better. So it's not about bypassing your emotions. Our emotions are our biggest blessings, our greatest teachers. Our emotions are how we manifest, whether we like what we're manifesting with our emotions or not, but it's how we manifest. So if I'm feeling stuck in career because I feel like, this is not a true story. This used to be a true story for me, but like, I feel like there's a lot of people right now who feel stuck in career. There's another area I feel stuck in, which we can talk about later. I have an example of later, but if you feel stuck in career, and you feel like other people and things are in the way of getting you to stopping you from where you want to go. You wanted to write a book, someone else wrote a book, you decided that you're fucked now and you can never write a book because they took all the books of the world. Now you can't write a book. Or you had an idea for a video and then someone else did it, and now you feel fucked and you feel like they're in the way. Or maybe you just feel stuck with ideas, or maybe you feel stuck of you keep trying so hard and nothing's working. Whatever it is, you're creating yourself feeling stuck in your career. Well, now you're getting to be stuck in traffic so you can realize how pissed off you are. Have you ever gotten road rage? Have you ever been really pissed or stuck in traffic? I know I have. So I've just like been at the wheel, like screaming at my car, like, I need to get there. And just getting the emotion out, right? All while knowing like I'm not actually mad about the traffic. You wouldn't know though just how mad you are unless you created that situation of the traffic or of something else outside of you to piss you the fuck off to actually make you mad. Well, how does that anger actually help us? Well, now we know we're actually pissed. Most people walk around and you ask them how they're doing and they're like, oh, I'm good. If you actually intuitively clock them, and if you don't know, I use a science-based intuition where I intuitively measure things 0 to 100%, 100% being the most. People would maybe say, oh yeah, I'm maybe like 20% angry. Or maybe I'm like, I'm not angry at all. Like I don't have anger. Well, intuition's a human lie detector, and you can intuitively look and you can see someone who says and thinks they're not angry at all. You can see they have 71% of anger in them about a specific thing. Like someone could be 71% angry about feeling stuck in their career. Well, when's that anger going to come out? When they're in random situations that are going to mirror how stuck they feel. Now, where what I call the reflection, which is like the thing that's mirroring you to show you how you feel, where the reflection happens is never where the reflection started, okay? So the root cause of the reflection is going to be a completely different area of life than where the reflection is coming up, okay? So for me, I'm going to share a story soon. I had a reflection come up in family, but actually the root cause of the reflection and the emotion is finances. I was feeling a limiting way financially, and the reflection popped up in the family area of my life to show me how limited I was feeling, making myself feel financially. Okay. So if you're in traffic, you're just in like a social, that's like the social area of life. It involves just other people around, right? Like just socially. So it could be coming up in the social area of life, the reflection, but that's not where the problem started. You might have had some limiting belief about feeling stuck in career. You might have had some limiting belief about feeling stuck financially, some limiting belief of feeling stuck in family or whatever, or with your health physically, right? In the physical area of life. There's 8 areas of life you could possibly feel stuck in. So you can go down that deep dive and figure that out. But there are so many different ways and places or versions you could have felt stuck that now the traffic is pissing you off. It is not the traffic that's making you mad. And then when you try to positive patty your way out or spiritual bullshit your way out of being pissed in the traffic, you gyp yourself out of a very, very beneficial lesson and growth opportunity that could actually propel you way quicker in your career, way quicker wherever you feel stuck, faster than you would without the traffic. So here's the problem. The spiritual world's going to water down this bullshit and they're going to tell you, be positive, think about positive things. Oh, you're lucky to be able to see, to drive your car. No one wants to fucking hear that in the moment when they're pissed. And then here's the other problem. When you're pissed and then you try and positive patty spiritual bullshit your way out of things, you're then going to suppress your emotions. Well, that's never good because suppressing your emotions is going to push them down into your body. They're going to sit there. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. So what's that mean? It has to go somewhere. So if you're pushing your emotions down into your body and you're swallowing them, well, now they're going to manifest into body ailments. Now they're going to manifest into more feeling stuck, into more traffic, into more of your career not thriving. Because we don't get what we want, we get how we feel. So if you constantly feel stuck, and the law of focus, what we focus on, we get more of. So if you constantly feel stuck, you're going to keep creating feeling stuck in your career. But if you don't positive patty your way out of it, and if you let yourself just fucking scream, get the emotion out, well, now you're more emotionally balanced. And when you're more emotionally balanced, because you let yourself have the emotion just without judging yourself, well, now what's going to happen is you're going to be able to have a more even-keeled mindset. When we're emotional, forget about it. Our fight or flight system goes off. Blood leaves the brain. We think we're being chased by a tiger. We get relief. We're not intuitive anymore. We can't fucking think straight. And the blood goes to all our limbs to like run fast. But when you're in that fight or flight and you just scream in your car, or you like, you get it out, or you like squeeze your body and then like release the tension, or you like move it out of your body somehow, or just like literally be like, I'm so fucking pissed at this fucking traffic. I'm just stuck everywhere in life. And you just go off for a second. You're releasing that from your body. And one, you're honoring your emotions. So if you've ever been gaslit, it's only because you gaslit yourself. It's only because you think you shouldn't feel something, or you think that I should just be positive, or I should just be grateful for having eyes to see to drive, or I should like, yes, of course, but you're trying to bypass an emotion in that moment. So one, you're emotionally gaslighting yourself. So you're going to make yourself an energy match for other people to gaslight you. So we can do a whole podcast on that, but that's part of the reason why you get gaslit in life. And two, if you don't let the emotion out, you're suppressing it, and then it's going to keep coming up, and you're going to get sick, or you'll get a body ailment, and you'll keep getting stuck more and more in life, and you'll keep being stuck in your career because you're not letting it out. You're not addressing it. You're just trying to be positive and get grateful for the fucking traffic, which like nobody wants to fucking do. How you get grateful is actually by going through this source channeled process, which I'm about to tell you, and which I implement and I teach in all my courses and people to implement, is go to the root cause. What's the root cause of why you're pissed right now in traffic? First, get the emotion out. You're not going to fucking find the root cause intuitively or even logically thinking when you're pissed and you're in fight or flight. So first, you get the emotion out. Then you have the bandwidth in your brain and in your intuition to logically and intuitively go find what's the root area of life where I feel most stuck in right now. Maybe it's career. Well, now you're going, okay, I feel stuck in career here, 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 and here. Well, now you get the opportunity to go, oh, wait, I'm the one though who creates my whole life. So if I created feeling stuck, I can uncreate feeling stuck and I can create feeling power. I can create feeling genius. I can create feeling ideas. I can create opportunities. I can create money, whatever. Okay. What new belief systems do I need to put in place for that to happen? Oh, well, in order to get what I want in career, I would need to believe this. I would need to believe I'm the best of the best. I would need to believe I'm special. I would need to believe my idea is fucking genius. I would need to believe all these things. Now, I teach this process how to channel it in all the intuition levels, and I teach this a lot in Glow, and we do the getting out the energy and the anger all at the Glow retreat. So there's many resources for you to find, like the in-depth step-by-step process of these things. But before you do that, it's important you know this. So once you do that and you're like, oh, I feel stuck in career, I feel this way. Well, no shit, I feel stuck. Of course, this way of feeling is going to keep making me stuck. Here's new belief systems I can implement to actually feel better. And now I have new belief systems and I have new emotional ingredients to plug in to start to believe. My ingredients to make the perfect cake, the perfect career cake, the perfect career situation that I want because of this traffic. Oh my God, thank God I was in traffic today, because if not, I wouldn't have known this and I would have kept going down a spiral of being stuck in my career. That's how you actually get fucking grateful, from a balanced place and from a place of like you're not swallowing an emotion to just be positive and be grateful you're in traffic because you should be grateful you have a car. Like, no, that bullshit won't get you anywhere. And it's such a watered down spiritual programming that like I can't even fucking stand when I see it, if I'm being so honest. And I'm sorry, I have no filter now that I'm pregnant. Like, I just don't care if anyone listening to this is offended by me calling it spiritual bullshit. Being pregnant has been great for me. I didn't have a filter before. Now I just really don't. So it's a fun time over here. So stop listening to the spiritual, like meditation bullshit of just be grateful. Like, okay, yeah, bitch, how? You know, and don't be grateful in the way where you're suppressing and gaslighting yourself out of your own emotions. Emotions are our greatest teacher. They're our greatest gift. They're here to help us. The only reason our soul is back is to experience emotions. That's it. Like, our soul can do what it wants to do anywhere else in spirit land. And there's so many different realms and dimensions and timelines, and the past still exists and the future exists all at the same time. It's a rabbit hole to go down. We can do an episode on that one day. But there's so many other places your soul could fucking be right now. But Earth is the only place out of billions of different realities and dimensions and parallel lives and fucking timelines and universes, right? Like there's a fairy universe. Like fairies exist. Your soul could be there. Your soul could be one with the leprechauns. Your soul could be, all these little places exist, you know, and there's so many different universes and dimensions, I should say, and universes, but dimensions really within the universe. But the fairies have their own little universe within their dimension. You could be there. Maybe you were a fairy once. Who knows? Maybe you were a mermaid. But this is the Earth. Being in a human body is the only place that you can experience emotions. It's the only place. It's the greatest gift. Emotions are how we create / manifest. I like to say create instead of manifest. Emotions are how we create. Emotions are how we literally can create the ideal life for ourselves, and it's how we can fuck ourselves over. Emotions, but in that emotion we're of fucking ourselves over, we're seeing where we are fucking ourselves over so we can stop doing it. So suppressing the emotions in the name of positive patty spiritual bullshit, like that just doesn't work for me. The actual work, the spiritual work, if you want to call it that, is diving deep within yourself and going, okay, let me honor this emotion because it's showing me, like, thank God I'm having this emotion because it's literally showing me something. It's helping me get to my next up level. Emotions are just, whether you're deeming them as good or bad, they're just helping you get what you asked for, That's it. In the traffic, you get pissed. It makes you find where you're actually pissed, where you actually feel stuck. You then rework that. You create a new belief system, a new emotional ingredient to connect to, a new belief to rewire in your mind, new thought processes, new actions, which then creates new actions and creates new ideas. And then you end up leveling and expanding in your career. And then you can be like, oh my God, thank God I was in this traffic. And it can be from a very authentic place. And you already got your emotions out. And then you got to the root cause. And then you feel happy about it, right? I never, even though I'm mad, there's like two of me everywhere I go. There's like human, and then there's like my intuition and higher self. And I experience both at the same time. So I'll be in traffic and I'll get pissed. And while I'm pissed, simultaneously, my intuition and higher self are going, this is the best fucking thing ever, because it's showing you that you actually feel stuck in your whatever area of life. But I still get the emotion out, which we learn a lot at the Glow Retreat. It's like a 3-day intensive where you learn this whole process and you embody this whole process every day, all day for 3 days. You get really good at it in there. If you're wondering how to do it, like you learn it there. So it's really cool because I have the human and I have the intuitive higher self side of me at the same time. I'm pissed. I'm also seeing the reflection and how this is perfect all simultaneously. So I never let things actually bother me for a long time. Am I pissed in the moment? Do I honor and get the emotion out in the moment? For sure. I've had like 3 crash outs this week. I'm pregnant. Your hormones, there's nothing you can really do about pregnancy hormones. It's like, it has to happen to create the baby properly. So what you can do is like determine what situations trigger them and just don't do it right now. But I've had multiple crash outs this week and I just let them come. And then after my 3rd one yesterday, I have so many new ideas. I was feeling really blocked with ideas in career and for not for the non-toxic clothing brand I'm creating, but for this brand that we have. I was feeling so blocked with so many ideas. And then I had crash outs for 3 days. And then I just let them happen. I let the emotions come out. And then I just let the crash out happen. And then this morning I woke up with so many epiphanies. And when you try and suppress the emotions, you just don't get the epiphanies. Because if you're trying to tell yourself you're not pissed about traffic and just be positive that you have hands to drive, then you're suppressing emotions and then you still feel stuck. And when you have a belief and when you have a thought, this is so important to know. So if you've checked out or zoned out, come back to me. This is so important to know. When you have a belief and when you have a thought of that's limiting, right? Like that. And when I say limiting, I mean that's anything outside of your highest potential. Okay. When you have a thought that's anything outside of your own personal highest potential of your soul and who you are, you then stop yourself from getting the ideas. Like if you feel like you can't get good ideas, you will block yourself from the good ideas you're actually supposed to get. Like you will not be a match for good ideas. You could have the best intuition in the world. You could be the most intuitive, you could be more intuitive than Jesus Christ himself. And if you think that, if you don't trust yourself, if you think your intuition sucks, if you think you should trust other people over yourself, you're not going to be a match to receive and be able to look into your intuitive information and use your full intuitive potential. The only way we access our greatest potential is by unbecoming all the limiting beliefs we've put on ourselves. If we have the limitations as beliefs and as thoughts, we're not going to get the good ideas. If you are an author and you don't see yourself as a genius fucking creative author and how your ideas are so cool and so unique and you're the best of the best at being you in the way you write, if you don't connect to that emotionally, you're not going to get the best. You're not going to be an energy match to get the best of the best ideas. You're not going to be an energy match to be seen as special and unique. You're not going to be an energy match for all that. So people just walk around with these limitations and then wait for the outside to tell them otherwise. It's not going to happen. And that's what we're really diving into at this 3-day Glow intensive is connecting to your special uniqueness, how you're the best of the best. And it unlocks a whole new level of genius and creativity and ideas and ways. And it unlocks people that you'll meet, opportunities you'll get, because now your creator field's creating that. Your creator field's creating I'm special, I'm unique, I'm the best of the best, versus, oh, I'm so hard on myself, I compare myself, please compare me to other people, please think other people are better than me, is basically what you're writing in your creator field when you don't feel like you're the best of the best. Okay. So now this leads me to what inspired this podcast, which was my gender reveal. So I have a whole story about my gender reveal, and I'm going to really out myself. I had a really big gender disappointment. And again, my problem wasn't the gender disappointment. My problem was a totally different thing, which I'm going to explain. Now, before we even get to that, there is this whole thing with the gender, and I'm having a boy, which I'm so excited about now, and we'll get to how I got there. But backstory on this and why I had gender disappointment in the first place, you need to know the backstory. So backstory, when I was about 22, I felt this girl soul so clear for the first time, and then she's been with me ever since. And I remember I was living with my friend, Megan, at the time, if you guys know Megan. And we were in LA, and we had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. And she went to work. So she had a 9 to 5 at that time. And I woke up. I remember I think I made breakfast, and then I left the apartment to go get coffee. Nobody was in the apartment while I was gone. Megan already went to work. Nobody was there while I was gone. I came back from getting coffee, and I walk in, and all of a sudden I start hearing mom, 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 mom. And I was doing a lot more medium work at that time too. Medium work, if you don't know, it's communicating to souls who have crossed over or souls who want to come in or anything like that. And so the soul's going mom, mom, mom. So I'm thinking, oh, my mom. Like, let me call my mom. Maybe like her friend is here. I don't know. Like maybe her friend's trying to give her a message. So I call my mom and I'm like, have you had a friend who's like crossed over lately? Like it's a girl energy. She's giving me like an A name. It starts with an A. Like, I don't know what the name is, but it starts with an A. And my mom's like, no, like that's so weird. And I'm like, I know. So anyway, my mom couldn't figure out who it was. So I'm like, okay, bye. So I then I'm just hearing mom, like this girl is not giving me anything else, this soul. I'm just hearing mom, mom, mom. And so then I get like an eyelash in my eye, and it's still in the kitchen, which was right by the front door at this point. So I go to my room. It was on the right. Like Megan's was on the left. Mine was on the right. I go to my room, and in that bathroom, I had a big mirror, and then I had a side mirror. So I had a big mirror on the front wall, and I had a side mirror on the other wall. And I go, like, there's an eyelash in my eye. I'm like, half my eyes closed. I don't even notice the big mirror. I go straight to the side mirror, and I'm getting this eyelash out of my eye. And I then, like, see writing in the big mirror. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it looked like someone, like, breathed on the glass, or, like, someone took a shower and it was steamy, and then someone wrote on the steam. But I didn't take a shower that day yet. And... You're like, Allie, gross. It was morning, okay? It, like, didn't work out yet. I just woke up, got coffee. I didn't take a shower yet that day. And no one was home. So I was like, and the writing was not there before I left, like literally 30 minutes before. Like, I wasn't gone long. And so I'm like, getting the eyelash out of my eye. And then I look, and I'm like, what? There's writing. What the fuck? So I, like, stop getting the eyelash out of my eye. And I look, and it says Alicia, like, on the mirror. I'm like, Alicia? Like, and then I'm like, oh, there's a soul giving me an A name. Alicia starts with an A. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's that soul. I'm like, that's a lot of this soul trying really hard to get my attention. Like, she clearly wants something. And souls can do that. And mirrors are portals, okay? So the name Alicia was written backwards. And if you're watching this video, we can put a picture of it here so you can see. If you're watching the video, if you're listening, obviously you can't see a photo, but it was written from my end backwards because there's a portal. Mirrors can be portals to the other side. So, and to souls and to so many different dimensions. And so she wrote her name from the other side of the portal, from the other side of the mirror. So it was backwards for me, but it would have been normal for her. And so I'm like, Alicia, like who? And I'm like, okay, girl, like who are you? Like, I don't, like, what's the cryptic messages? And she's like, no, like, I don't want you to call your mom, you're my mom. So she said that to me. So automatically I'm like, oh my God, like it's my future daughter. Like how fun, how cool. And I know bad energies from good energies. Clearly we have a whole dark force course, an intuition course about that. So I knew immediately from walking in, like it was a good light being energy. Like it was nothing to be scared of. So when she said that, I'm like, oh my God, yay, so fun, so cool. I literally brought over my friends like Nikki, and I brought Georgia over, and I brought our friend Max at the time over, and then Megan came home, and I was like showing everyone, I was like, this is wild. And we were all taking photos of it. Like we all have photos. It was just a crazy time. So then I go and I like tell my mentor about it at the time, and he's still my mentor, and he was like, I was like, was this her? Like, I'm just making sure I'm not like somehow making this up. And he was like, no, that was totally her. So just confirmed by so many intuitives too, like that was her. So it was just cool. And ever since, she's been with me. Like I know her so well. She's so funny. She's like so excited. I mean, this girl's like ready to be here like yesterday, right? So for a long time, I assume, not because I looked in intuitively, but I just assumed because that's the soul I felt the most, that she was coming first. Well, fast forward to about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, me and Justin are like pretty serious at that point. Obviously, we got engaged like about a year and a half ago. So we're pretty serious. And I start to feel a boy soul. And this boy is like up there at a desk, and he is writing. He is writing, like studying things. And I'm like, this kid's really smart. Like he is weirdly smart about something. And almost like to the point where people may even think he's autistic, but he's not. He's just like super fucking smart about, when I look in now, it looks like it's like writing about human behavior, like writing about like neuroscience and human behavior, but like writing, he's really good at too. I don't know. It's what it seems like. Maybe he's like totally fucking different, but that's like what it feels like. So anyway, about 2 years ago, I start to feel him and see him, but he's like, the girl is like fucking, I mean, me times 1,000. Like if I were to go take cocaine and steroids all at the same time, 25 times in a row, like that's her, her energy and her personality. And so she's like, woohoo, like I'm ready to fucking go, like let's go. And she is super girly, like, all the things. And so she's really like loud and just loves, attention and all this stuff. So of course she's more prominent, and the boy's very quiet and like doesn't give a fuck to be social. Like the boy's like, don't fucking bother me. Like, like I don't want to be bothered. I don't really want attention. Like I don't, just stop. So of course, like with the more prominent energy, again, I'm thinking the girl's first. Well, when I just start to feel the boy didn't really come to me and like knock on my door and give himself a grand entrance like the girl did. But when I felt the boy, I was like, oh my gosh, he might come first. Like 2 years ago, I was like, oh my God. Like when I started to look in on it, I was like, the boy might come first. And then before I even got pregnant, like before I even got married, but between the year I was engaged and then married, somewhere in that year, I looked in on their soul contracts, the boy and the girl. There's a third one too, but like I haven't really like looked at them yet. But there's the first two are a boy and a girl, and I looked at their soul contracts, and I saw that each of them would hit their soul pull and soul potentials quicker and more effectively if the boy came first. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like the boy is going to come first. And then when I got pregnant, the girl's very eager and pushy. So when and she doesn't really care about soul contracts or following the rules. Like she's like, I don't want to follow the rules. The boy likes rules. So when I got pregnant, the girl was like, oh, there's an in. I'm going. And I almost felt her like dive herself in because it felt very girl at first. And every fucking intuitive I knew said girl, other than Emma. Emma called boy from the beginning. So I will say that. I don't know what Jonna said. I don't know if John ever guessed, but everyone that she never guessed. Everyone that I told and I asked them, like, what do you guys think it is? Everyone said girl. Emma said boy. Justin also said boy. But in the beginning, it was giving such a girl energy. Like like I knew, like I was like, oh, and I thought it was weird though, because the soul contracts were like, it's way more beneficial for everyone involved, myself, Justin, boy, girl, that boy comes first. My sister's still convinced it's the girl. My sister and Nikki Moriarty, if you know Nikki, like they are convinced the NIPT test was wrong. Like they are so convinced. They're like, it's going to be a girl still. They're in denial still. But that would be a plot twist. So when I first got pregnant, again, I was like, that's so weird. It's giving girl. And then I even ran it by my teacher, by my mentor. And I'm like, it's so weird because I was saying the boy was supposed to come first, but it's giving girl. He's like, yeah, it's weird. It's giving girl. And so I was like, oh my God, and then like, you know, Nikki and all these people also thought it was a girl. But then about 2 weeks after I found out I was pregnant, so I found out I was pregnant about like a few days before I would have missed my period. 2 weeks after, okay, I wake up at 2 a.m. to what I never thought my son would do because he's so to himself, to literally him like, I felt the soul. I mean, I woke up, it was so like aggressive. I felt the soul, the boy soul shoved the girl soul out of the way and he entered the chat. Like he entered. And it was wild. Like I never felt anything like it. Like I've been woken up by shit before for sure, but it's more like dark forces that have woken me up in the past. I've never been woken up by like a light being so like loud and shoving themselves, like purely just shoved the girl out of the way and was like, no, like we have to follow the rules. We have to follow the soul contracts. Like you can't just go in because you're excited and you're jumping your first opportunity. So he did the man thing and he was like, no, I'm going first. It's like, trust me, your mom's going to need some help with you. Because we all know Justin's not going to discipline the girl. Like, he'll be great with the boy. We all know the girl, like, I'm going to have to discipline her because he can't even tell our girl dog, Honey, no for anything. So someone's going to have to help me. So he then popped in. So then that was my first thing of like, okay, that was weird. That was weird. Like, now maybe the boy is actually happening. Well, then and just because the soul's allowed us doesn't mean the soul's first. And that was a cool lesson that I got to learn along the way too, especially reading into the soul contracts. And it's why a lot of, I had a friend who everyone said she was having a girl and then it ended up being a boy. And it's because the girl's soul was so loud and prominent. So every intuitive or everyone who picked up on it just picked up on the prominent soul. And so they just assumed. Well, I've learned through this process, you can't just assume. You've got to go with intuition. You've got to look at soul contracts, what's beneficial for everyone of who comes first, that whole thing. It can be really helpful. So there were things also then after that I was like, fuck, it's not fuck, like in a bad way, but I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy. It's going to be a boy. Because when we took photos, those photos with the horse that you might have seen that we took for our just like first baby photos ever with our little like 9-week little ultrasound photos. I think I took those around like 10 or 11 weeks pregnant, but I wanted to get little cowboy boots to go in the photo. Well, there was like a girlier set of cowboy boots and there was a boyish more set of cowboy boots. And I intuitively got to get the boy set. And I'm like, okay, interesting. I'm intuitively getting to get the boy set of cowboy boots. Like another sign. The boy probably shoved the girl out of there when she tried for her one shot to get in. And then we were going to do a big gender reveal. Like first baby, I was going to be one of those annoying people who did a gender reveal and invited everyone to it and made it a whole thing. First baby, you got to do it. And I even got with my wedding planners and I'm like, hey, you guys, I'm pregnant. Like, let's do a gender reveal. They were like, fuck yes, let's go. I was sending them Pinterest stuff. We were already on track. And we had a whole plan. My sister was going to find out the gender and then not tell us and tell the wedding planners. And we had a whole thing. And then the more I was talking to the wedding planners, the more I was like, we're not supposed to do a big gender reveal. Like this baby does not want a big gender reveal. Well, that's like a for sure sign it's not my daughter, because my daughter wants a grand fucking announcement of her presence on Earth. And so I guess I'll be one of those people who does a big one for their second baby. I don't know. But I'm starting to get intuitively, like, and I'm starting to test highest good for everyone involved. I'm starting to test so many things, like, we'll be happy we did the gender reveal, like the soul will be happy. And it's just so low of testing. Like, it's like, no. So then I'm like, oh, let's just do an intimate one with me and Justin. My sister can know, get the cake, bring it to us, whatever. And when I did that, the soul I could feel was so much happier. I felt so much better about it. Justin felt the same way. Like, he was like, yeah, we're not supposed to do a big one. And so I then knew, I'm like, oh my God, we're not supposed to do a big gender reveal. I got intuitively to get the cowboy boots could have gone, the boy ones could have gone either way. They were more gender neutral looking cowboy boots. Then there was like a really girly set of cowboy boots with like flowers on them. So like the boyish ones could have gone either way, but they were definitely more masculine. And so I'm like, okay, the fucking cowboy boots, the gender reveal, the waking up at 2 a.m. to the boy soul, like, like, nope, shoving his way in there. And then plus the soul contracts, like I knew, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a boy. But my human self was in denial not because I don't love the boy and I don't love my son, but because I just knew the girl for so long. And she talked more, so I just knew more about her. I just knew her since I've been like 22. And I also grew up teaching girls dance, grew up nannying girls, grew up babysitting girls, grew up with a little sister. I know how to handle girls, and I've always wanted to pass down like the self-image work I've done to a girl, and like break that, what's it called? Like family chain of like low self-image in women, And so I was just really excited because I know how to deal with girls. I know how to handle them. I know how to make them their best version of themselves without making them feel bad about themselves. Like I've just really feel like I've gotten a grip on that. So so that's why I wanted a girl. I just felt like I knew her. I felt like that would be a good first baby to have. It would be like the easier route. So then fast forward, we had the gender reveal. My sister gets to the house. Emma gets to the house. Tammy, Justin's mom, gets to the house. So it's my sister, Emma, Tammy, Justin's mom, Tammy, who is Justin's mom, and Nisi, our house manager, was there because she was house managing. And so obviously I wanted her to be there too for the gender reveal because she was there. So my sister brings the cake in, and we go to dip our little champagne glasses in the cake. Well, the first try, we didn't get to the middle far enough, so we didn't know if it was a boy or girl. Then we had to try it again. And we, do the thing, and we see that it's a boy. And Justin, of course, is like fucking on cloud 9. Justin's living his best life. I'm excited because, you guys, I don't want anyone to think like I don't love the boy just as much as the girl. I do. I love him so much. And like now I'm getting to know him more and more. I'm actually like so much more excited now to be a boy mom first and then have a girl later for so many reasons. But before we even get to that, I see the cake and I'm excited for like 20 seconds. Like I make it through the video excited. And then after that, I start to get so pissed, like so overwhelmed feeling. One that not that I was upset about anyone who was at my house, but I was like, I don't like feeling emotionally imbalanced when there's like other people around. Like, I don't know. I don't like other people feeling like they have to be responsible for my emotions. So I was getting overwhelmed because I'm feeling all these emotions. I don't want to cry sad tears in front of all these people who are so happy about it. So I like go to my closet. I'm like, I'm going to change. I go to my closet. I start hysterically crying in my closet. My sister finds me in there and I'm crying to her. And I'm just so upset. Again, not about the boy, right? We're still in the theme of I'm upset about something else. But I'm so upset. And I start telling my sister, I'm like, I'm so upset, not because of the boy, but because I feel like I work so fucking hard and I don't get what I want. So I'm not upset about the boy. And I also want the boy. I just, in my head, human head, because intuitively I knew the boy was first, but in my human head, I was like, it'd be so fun to have a girl than a boy versus like flopped, right? So I said to my sister, I'm just so mad because I'm doing all this hard work. Being pregnant is hard work. And I don't get what I originally thought, like wanted. And as soon as I said that, I'm like, fuck, that's not a baby problem. That's a problem in two areas of my life. One, financial is the main one, right? I feel like financially I work so hard and I've worked really hard to make money for myself, and I don't do what I want to do with that money. I don't give myself what I want with that money. And which is interesting, because I used to give myself way more of what I wanted when I had way less money. It's a weird thing I'm doing right now. Anyway, but that's what happened. I got a family reflection, but the root cause is a financial feeling. So as soon as I said that to my sister, I'm like, oh my God, that's my fucking problem. So I was also confused why I was so upset, because like, I'm so grateful to have a healthy baby. Like I really am. And I'm so excited for my boy. And I've loved him ever since I got introduced to him like 2 years ago. I just, again, thought I wanted the girl first. So then that cues my financial reflection. So then I come back out. And then, Justin's mom, who's just boy mom, it's Justin and his brother. She's like, oh my God, sweetie, you're going to love the boys. And she's just so excited. And then the more people it's the same thing with someone telling you to be positive when you're stuck in traffic. The more people are telling me to be excited, the more I'm getting pissed because I just want to feel my emotion for a second. So I start crying now in front of everyone. And I'm like, whatever. And I'm kind of being bitchy. And so then I have a meeting with my team. So I get on with my team. I'm like, okay, I can't cry in front of my team. I'm leading a meeting. Well, no, I get on. I start just crying to my team. And I'm like bawling my eyes out to them. And then I tell them the reflection though. I'm like, but I know, like I'm crying while simultaneously telling them like, this is a financial reflection. Like financially, I feel like I work so hard and I don't get to do what I want with my hard work. Like, I literally tell them that as I'm crying. So like I have the human self crying, just letting the emotion out. I have my intuition going, this is a financial problem. Literally that night, I like fix myself financially. I fix the problem. Like I get sweet texts from everyone on my team. And then John is texting me a sweet text. And I text her back and I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. And then like, I feel so much better now. And she's like, that was fast. I'm like, I know, like all I need to do is find my problem, find my root cause, my problem, shift it, and then I feel better. So within like literally 3 or 4 hours, it could have been faster if I was just alone, but I had, people at the house and I had a team meeting. Like I didn't have like time alone to like fully work it out in my brain. But the time I did use to work out my brain was like 30 minutes. So within the time I used to work out my brain, like 30 minutes. And to be fair, let's give myself another 30 minutes of cry time. So like cry time, 30 minutes time working out my brain. Within an hour, I went from being so sad, again, not about the boy, it's a different emotional problem, to fixing my emotional imbalance financially. And then I was fine. Then I was like so excited. I'm ordering the boy all these cute clothes. I'm so excited to decorate his room. I, honest to God, cannot imagine having a girl first now. Like it is wild. Like it is, I'm so excited for the girl when she comes, but I cannot imagine having a girl first. And I'm so much more excited to have a boy. One, because boys, like I've heard, love their moms so much. And the girl will totally hate me like in her teenage years, like all girls do. So I'm excited to have a child who like will just love his mom. But also like it'll be so cool for me to like parent a boy and watch Justin parent him in a way that, you can only hope for your kid, but that hopefully trains him to be in his healthy masculine energy from the get-go. So it's just going to be, and because I've had so much trauma with unhealthy masculine energy my whole life, it'll be really cool to get to help raise someone to hopefully not be that to someone else, to women. So it's going to be so exciting and so cool. I'm getting him the cutest little matching, like cute boy outfits and the cutest little, I'm going to make him a little cloud room with blue sky and clouds. And I'm so excited about it now. And I got excited about it within that same day after I figured out my actual problem. My problem was not gender disappointment. My problem was a financial problem. I shifted it. I shifted my beliefs. I made a plan. I'm like, okay, what do I want to go buy or use my finances for? And let's do it. One of them was like investing in the non-toxic clothing brand. One of them was I want to get a new car. So that's like on the radar right now. I'm probably going to get one before 2026 for like taxes, but we'll see like if I find the right one. I want to, either move or build a extra like guest house kind of in the back in our yard. Like there's things that I want to do that I just wouldn't let myself do. I don't know. It's like a whole rabbit hole to go down. But I like made a plan of like, okay, like how do I want to, I've worked so hard for this money. I spent a lot of years eating shit. I spent a lot of years like eating beans for dinner and not being able to pay for literally anything and getting evicted and getting my car towed. Like now that I've worked so hard and I can get myself what I want, like what do I want to do that's fun? And it used to be getting myself clothes or like the Cartier rings or bracelets or a few bags. And I did that, So like those things, I don't need more bags. I don't need more jewelry. Like those don't excite me anymore. So now it's like, okay, like what would actually feel like I am gifting myself for the work that I've put in. And I had to make a whole plan. I had to change some beliefs too. And then I got fucking happy again. And it was never a gender problem. It was always a financial problem, a financial imbalance problem. So I wanted to share that story because it's a perfect example of how what you think your problem is never your actual fucking problem. And you might be like, well, Allie, how do I figure out my actual problem? There's so many ways. One, if you go train your intuition, in our intuition levels 1 through 5, or even just go to level 1, level 1 through 5 would be the best. But even if you just go to one level, like you will start to train your intuition to know how to intuitively see what area of life your actual problem is. When you go to Glow Formula, you learn about all the areas of life and reflections. And we talk a lot about how your self-image is the reason to all your reflections and healing that. All your reflections point back at the end of the day to some self-image problem related to an area of life. So self-image related to finances, self-image related to career, self-image related to relationships. If you heal your self-image, you start to get way less problems and way less reflections. And then at the Glow Retreat, we take you through the whole process of you're pissed. What are you pissed about? Let's scream. Let's cry. Let's move our body. Let's embody it. Let's get it out. And then we take you through the process of reprogramming your creator field, reprogramming your neural pathways, reprogramming your subconscious. And within 3 days, people come out of there and they're like, holy fuck, I'm a whole new person. People come out of there and they make so much more money. Oh my gosh, one girl never was able to get pregnant ever, got pregnant right after the one last year. So it's really cool what can happen and the things that can shift after that. And the life changes you can get in relationships, in career, and finances. So there's so many resources. Also, we have a $50 a month Unfuck Yourself membership where you can bring your question of your problem to Emma or Jonna, and they can literally intuit for you. Now, the $50 membership, because it's $50, because there's so many people, it's not necessarily guaranteed your question gets answered, but that is an option. To guarantee that you figure it out, I would say intuition and all things Glow would be helpful. But this was really important to know and understand first, so your brain is prepped for the advanced version of a deep dive on this. So that is my gender reveal story. And I almost hesitated telling you the gender reveal story because you know how people get there like, you should just be grateful for the healthy baby. Of course. And my whole point is like how you should just be grateful to be in traffic. There's always an emotion underlying it that's pointing to something totally fucking different that's showing your actual problem. My actual problem was not the gender of the baby. My actual problem was a financial belief and reflection that I had. So your problem that you're having is not your real problem, which is why you can't solve it. You've probably been trying to solve your problem with getting into toxic relationships for a long time and it just doesn't seem to solve. It's not your actual problem. You have a problem underneath that problem. You've probably tried to solve your financial problem for a long time and you can't seem to solve it. It's because you're trying to solve the wrong problem. There's a different problem underneath your financial problem that you have not even noticed. And so that's the problem. And so why you can't solve your problems is because you're trying to solve the wrong problem. So you're spending your time, energy, money even, and all this time to solve this, what you think's the problem, and it doesn't solve. And you're like, what the fuck? It's because you're solving the wrong problem. You got to go solve the other problem. And how to find the other problem, intuition, all things Glow. would be your ticket and key to that. So, but start here, listen to this a few times. We talked about a lot, and we will link everything you need in the show notes. And I will see you guys very soon in the next episode. Okay, bye.